All right, well, since the summer is heating up, it must be time for the annual Cool Desert Nights. Our Bary Roy is at the Uptown Shopping Center with a preview with some classic cars this morning. Good morning, Bary.
Jade, that's right. It's a very exciting time. They're going in their 23rd year. And Dan Young, he's been a part of this for 20 years.
20 years.
20 years you've been doing this. Talk to me about your love of classic cars. Take us back, way back 20 years ago. First time you were at one of these events. You're still coming.
First time I was at one of these events, I had hair. I mean, that was a key thing, even though I still had my car. It's not so much a love, it's a passion. I mean, when you look around at the cars, you've got selection today, you've got some restored cars, you've got some custom cars, and you've got a convertible car as well. The key thing is that we love what we do. We do the things to the cars that so other people can appreciate it, bring back memories, see a lot of folks say, well, I remember when I had that car at that point in time.
Just like when you remember when you had hair.
That's right. When I had hair, there was time I had hair. It was great. It was all good.
And you've got a 57 here, a 57 Chevy Stake. Take a look at this. We'll bring you in and talk to us about your car. Introduce us to your baby here.
Well, I would say that the biggest thing is it's a 1957 Chevrolet. It's a Nomad station wagon. There was about 8,000 of these cars produced. I've owned the car for 48 years. It was my high school car. There's a lot of stories that went with the car, but I've taken the car totally apart, redone it. There's a few original pieces like the interior, but I think a lot of it is that it's fun driving the car. You know, not so much getting all of the looks and everything else.
You gonna let me drive it?
I'll let you drive
nice.
it about 20 feet.
Real quick, let's talk about the All-City Cruise that's happening.
All-City Cruise is going to start out at track. It's on Thursday. It's a great event for people to come out. You start out at track and you cruise all the way over to Dairy Queen. It's going to be right off on Jadwin. Cars are parked from one stoplight to the other stoplight. A lot of variety. Not just cars, there's motorcycles. We invite
event, of course, that All-City is an actual springboard to the main event that's going to be happening during the weekend. Jade, we'll send it back to you guys in studio, but this is an absolute beauty. We'll send it back to you.
This event for over 20 years. Good morning, Bary.
Good morning, Jade. That's right. And we've got some pretty awesome cars here. Dan joins me this morning. Dan, let's talk about this car first and foremost. What are we looking at here?
Okay, what we're looking at here is a 1955 Chevrolet, and what this is this has a little bit more modifications than some of the other cars we've got here. As you can see in the motor, there's a lot of the fender colors are the same as the body colors. There's a lot of different modifications, radiator, engine on this. Obviously, this was not the engine that came with it. It's a go-fast car, been totally redone. A little bit of history on this car since I know about it. This was actually taken out of a culvert. It was a rusted Hulk and turned into this. Wow. So the passion that he had to get this car to this level, and it's carried through from the front all the way through the interior into the back on that.
I mean, you know some of the guys that are here as well, but and people that are here. Talk about your passions for these types of things. I mean, I'm not going to call it a hobby. I'm going to call it a passion. This is something that just runs deep in you.
It's a passion. Once you get started, it's like I can go back to years when I started my cars on that. The paint wasn't shiny enough, so I had to turn around and say, okay, I want shiny paint.
Right.
Then the shiny paint wasn't enough. I need a different motor. Then the body comes off the frame, so it goes from one thing to another thing on that. But it's more of taking the cars out, letting the people see it, have a lot of fun with it, driving it around on that. You know, you get the oohs and you get the ahs, and it kind of boosts your ego. You're kind of like a big banny rooster and think, whoa, okay, I'm bad. So, but it's great. We love doing what we do. We like seeing people see the work that we do, because there's a lot that goes in these cars. When you start talking about paint and that, there's a lot of sanding. I mean, you can have your knuckles raw. I mean, the big thing is that we love what we do.
And one of the things that people can come out and they can definitely check and see all these cars is that's going to happen on Thursday. Talks about the All-City Cruise.
Okay, All-City Cruise is going to start out at track. It's going to end up at Dairy Queen over in Richland. Cars are going to be displayed. They're going to be out in the open for everybody. Right behind us is where Dairy Queen is right now. A lot of the cars will have the hoods open. You'll be able to see the inside on that as well. So, I mean, come out, take a look. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is the 23rd annual Cool Desert Nights. Dan's in his 20th season of doing this, and Jason, we're going to send it back to you, but if more information at home, if you want more information, you can certainly go to our website, kvutv.com. We've linked their website to ours. Just click on News Links. Jason, we'll send it back to you in studio. These are pretty sweet. Come check these things out. Thursday, the All-City Cruise. We'll send it back to you, Jason, in studio.